Hey guys, Andrew Dale here. We're going to go over some of the back-end configurations and options for the Double Agent extension of the SEM plugin. So, for those of you that aren't familiar, this is one of the options that your website could look like with the Double Agent extension activated. You see you have the leasing bar on the bottom. Somebody could click on the Learn Now, Order Now, and you'd be all set. You know, it would allow you to automatically lease out some of the pages. You can set the price, you can set the message. The benefits of the Double Agent extension, there's a lot of different things that you can do. You can do leasing individual pages, leasing states by categories. You can create organic traffic funnels. You can create near instant results. So for instance, if you already have a website ranking, then what you can do is you can put Double Agent on it. You can put a potential client right into the Double Agent extension, and you could show them how they're ranking immediately. You'd get on the phone, you'd call them up and say, hey, listen, you know what, how would you like to be on page 1 of Google? Well, congratulations, you're already there. Have them do a search, have them click on your search result, and they actually see their website show up, and there's actually no better pitch than that we've found. The Double Agent extension can be used for affiliate marketing, branding, and PR. It's great alternate SEO strategy on top of just trying to push their website to the top of Google, their main money site. You can use highly targeted landing pages that otherwise wouldn't rank. So there's a lot of different options that you can use, but right now we're just going to go into the functions and the options and the configurations of the Double Agent plugin. So this is what it looks like on the front end for those that aren't familiar. We're going to jump into the back end so I can show you a couple of examples, okay? Okay, so here we are in the back end, and we're going to just start off with some of the basic configurations. So with the Double Agent plugin, you'll see that there's a lot of different tabs up here. We're going to go over each one of them, but we're going to start on the general settings page. So the first one that you'll see is the default logo URL. Now what happens is when a page is being overlaid and there's that slight delay while it's loading the page, and I'll show you an example here, you'll see an image that says loading right here, okay, and then the animated image underneath it. So if you wanted to, you could go ahead and you can change what that is for branding purposes, or for a client or whatever else. So now we're going to refresh this page. Now you'll see we were able to change that logo, and it just looks a whole lot nicer, and it's great for branding purposes. If we wanted to go ahead and we wanted to change that animated image under where it said loading, we could just simply put the URL in here. The default leasing video. All right, so let's just let's go back here for a second. I'm going to scroll down, and we are going to shut this off for a minute. We're going to go back to this page, and we're going to refresh it, so you'll see here. So this is the default leasing video right now, okay? So when somebody clicks on, you know, they want to click on the website and they want to get more information, or they want to put in their information, this is exactly the video that they'd receive. So if you want to use that video, that's great. If you wanted to put in your own video, you can absolutely do that. You can put that right in here for the default leasing video. Now that's MPs only, MP4s only, okay? If you wanted to put in a YouTube format or whatever else, you're going to post it in the leasing form HTML underneath here. You just go to YouTube, grab the embed code, and pop it right in. Okay? Continuing down the page, the default available message. So right here, let's just close this out. It says here, your site here only only $29 per month. Well, you can switch up whatever you want that message to be. Lease this page for only whatever message you wanted to put in there. We have different positions where you can put the banner. You can put it on the top, on the bottom, or you can make it full screen. If we make it full screen, I'll show you exactly what that looks like. All right, so this is full screen, and if you make it a darker color, then you wouldn't see anything in the background at all. Okay, which is kind of neat. This way, nobody can actually see your content that's ranking. So we're going to change that. You can change the color of the banner, or when you go full screen, it would be the whole background color. So you can either type in, you know, green, or you could type in red. You know, it supports all of that. It supports HTML code or RGB or RGBA format. So it's really flexible as far as your color scheme. The The subscription description. This allows people to understand what they just subscribed for in their PayPal. So when they're looking through their PayPals, they understand that this is the subscription for your site. Okay, we have the trial subscription minutes. So you can allow people to demo out the technology and demo out having their site overlaid on top of yours. You can select how many minutes. Right underneath that, there's enable trial demo. So either you can offer the demo or you can disable it. Either way is fine. There's enable clickjacking. Now we don't suggest or recommend using clickjacking, but it was a feature that a lot of people had requested. It was requested because some of the affiliate programs that they were working with didn't allow that affiliate offer to be listed into be placed into an iframe. So instead, the clickjacking would then push them off the site to the offer. So there were some people that wanted to use that. We decided to go ahead and we decided to make that an option. The notification address. So for instance, if somebody tries to do a demo or they try to do the trial on your site, that's the email address you can enter that you'll be notified that somebody just tried to do the demo. Now, when somebody does the demo or somebody subscribes, they get an email, okay? And the email you can set up here for the email sender name, so whatever you wanted to call it. You can set up the sender email address. You can set up the default subject line for that email. You can change the email notification template. So if you wanted to put something special in there, you wanted to put your phone number in there, telling somebody to please contact you or whatever else, you can do that. Okay, then you have the custom CSS box. Now this allows you to change the CSS on any pages that the Double Agent extension is on. So any overlaid page, you'd be able to make changes to all of those CSS right from here. It's a really nice option, gives you a lot of flexibility. So the last two buttons that we're going to discuss are probably the most important buttons, most important options within Double Agent. So if we wanted to create just a site-wide URL, so for instance, I could go ahead and I could put in, any URL right here, and it would actually go ahead and it would overlay this website or this URL over the entire website. Okay, every single page that the Double Agent extension is activated on, it would automatically go ahead and do that. Now, the other option is this site-wide temporary 2x. So we can only have one of these ticked at each time, okay? You can't have both of them checked. And if you have one of them checked, you have to put a URL into the box. Otherwise, you're going to get a white screen and you're going to be saying, oh my gosh, this is broken, and it's not. The temporary URL agent, okay? So what that allows you to do is you can put in whatever URL you want here, and the banner still shows up on the page. This will show up, whatever URL you put in here will actually show up in the background. Okay, so you can, let's say, put up an affiliate offer and still offer your pages for lease, which is tremendous if you really think about it. I mean, it's keeping you monetized at 105% if that's possible, right? So I could put up an affiliate offer in the background. I could put up something about all of my marketing, telling somebody to give me a call if they want SEO services or if they want internet marketing services, whatever they want. I could put that page right there. And everything that we do, we use a bit.ly link, all right? If you're not sure why we use a bit.ly link, because if we had a website that had 20,000 pages, we don't want 20,000 links going back to our money site. It would be detrimental, right? So we filter all of those pages with this bit.ly link, right? So all those pages go to one bit.ly link, which is a no follow, and that one bit.ly link then links to our money site, all right? So that's the reason why we do that. So like I said, you can either do the temporary site-wide 2x, or you can do the site-wide URL. If you use the site-wide URL, that leasing banner is no longer an option. It's gone, okay? And it will just overlay the one website on top of another. So we built both of those to give you the flexibility of deciding which direction you wanted to go, all right? So after you make all your changes here, you go ahead and you click Save Changes, Save All Changes, and then we're going to move on, okay? Let's move on to the settings page. Now, the settings page is pretty simple. It's pretty straightforward. There's a video right here in the back end that will teach you all the configurations that you need to do within PayPal, and it's really simple on how to get your PayPal address ready to accept subscriptions. Then all you do after that is you put in your PayPal email address right here that the subscriptions are going to be going to. You pick your denominations. You pick on what you want the subscribe button to look like. If you want to put a custom URL in there, you can do that. You have the PayPal server, so you can either go live or you can test with a sandbox, and the sandbox is like fake money, okay? There's no actual money that transacts between the PayPal accounts. You can set your default recurring price, so this would be global across the entire site, and I'm going to show you how to go in. If there are certain pages that you want to make a little bit more expensive, we can do that as well. The default recurring duration, so we could either make it 1, 2, 3, 4, however you want, and then right underneath it, this goes with it. So this would be 1 month, or I could make it 1 week, or I could make this, let's say, 2 weeks, or I could make it, 6 months, or whatever the case may be, okay? I click save, however I want to set it up, and however we decide to set it up here, it will also reflect that on the banner as well. All right, the subscriptions. So this is the subscriptions right here, okay? Anybody who actually set up a subscription, it will tell you if it's pending, if I want to approve it here in the background, if I needed to go in and I needed to change something, okay? So I could go in here and I could change, for instance, let's say if the client called up and or contacted me and said, listen, you know what, I'm paying for a subscription, but now I want it sent to a different URL. You could go right back here in the back end and you can actually change out that URL without breaking the subscription. Because we all know that trying to get somebody to resubscribe again is sometimes very difficult, okay? We can go over here and we click update. All right, so that gives you all of the information. So anybody who's even tried the trial or whatever else, they'll show right up there in that list, okay? So now we have the control panel, and the control panel, usually to get started, all right, you're gonna wanna click on enable 2x on all pages, all right? And then what you can do is you can go in there and you can say, okay, there are certain pages or posts that I may not wanna have the double agent, I might not wanna allow for, for leasing, okay? Unclick them and then just click save. Okay, it's the easiest way to do it rather than going through and trying to filter out which ones you want. Then if you want to, you can click on disable 2x on all pages. That will actually just remove everything from the entire site. And it's a nice, fast, easy way, especially if you have thousands of pages that are already built. The last section is category overrides. This was something where, people were like, listen, I want to lease out an entire category to a client or a potential client, but I don't want to have to go visit every single one of my pages and do it manually. So what we did was any different category that you have on your site, you can overlay that entire category right to whatever URL you put in right there. So, I mean, that's, once again, that's a pretty cool feature. All right. We're going to go into our posts real fast because there is something that you can do on each post. All right, which is something that you're definitely going to want to learn. All right, let's see here. Let's just go to Hello World. All right, everybody has a Hello World at one point. So in your post area, you will actually see that there's a double agent box right underneath your post content area. Okay, what that allows you to do is, this is like an override, if you will, for this particular page or this particular post. I can put in the price that I want here, and I can change, the recurring to, something different from the global settings that I set up on the general tab. And then there's the advanced option. So I can actually change what the banner says on this particular page. All the same features, okay, the banner location, the banner color, all of that. I could put in a temporary URL and a temporary logo as well. If I enabled the 2x, the temporary 2x, I could do enable a manual override. So if I automatically just want to push this page somewhere with no leasing banner or whatever else, I can put the URL right in there. There's an override logo, and once again, that's for the loading and the, like that little transition page, all right? And the override loader, which is the actual icon that's animated, okay? Display mode, we're going to want to keep it full screen, but if you wanted to just make it a pop-out, you can make it just a pop-out. We don't suggest using that. You can make it closable, so we'll put the little X up in the corner. Once again, we don't normally do that. You can disable the scroll bars, which we believe that you should just keep it like this. But if you wanted to change the custom CSS of this particular page, gives you the option right here. And that's basically it. You can go up here, you can click Update, and that's how you can control, or manually override one page on the entire site if you wanted to put something different in there. And guys, there is documentation on SEMeasy for this plugin. If you wanted to print it out, it's a PDF. Goes through all the different options that I kind of just did in the video. But we did this video because some people learn better with the video than they do with a PDF. And that's basically it, guys. We will see you in the forums.